Hello everyone, good morning. We have already seen part 1 and part 2 of class 9 science chapter 3 atoms and molecules. If any one of you have not seen, in description I have given the link. Please go there and click and see the part 1 and part 2. Now we will start part 3. We have how do atoms exist? Atoms of most elements are not able to exist independently, alone. They exist either in the form of ions or they exist in the form of molecules. So if you are asked the question how do atoms exist, you will say atoms exist in the form of ions or in the form of molecules. What is a molecule? A molecule is in general a group of two or more atoms that are chemically bonded together, that is tightly held together by attractive forces. How can you define a molecule? You can define as given in your book here. A molecule is a group of two or more atoms that are chemically bonded together and held together by attractive forces. Or another way to define, you can see next part here it is given. A molecule can be defined as the smallest particle of an element or a compound that is capable of an independent existence and shows all the properties of that substance. See, in atom case we had seen that atom of some elements may have independent existence, may not have independent existence, but molecules will always have independent existence, and the molecules will always show the properties of that element of which that is a molecule. Suppose we take a molecule of oxygen, then it will always show the properties of oxygen only. If we take the molecule of chlorine molecule will show the properties of chlorine only. So you can define it in this way that a molecule is the smallest particle of an element or a compound, because we will see next part that molecules are of two types, molecules of element and molecule of compound. That's why in definition we are saying that a molecule can be defined as the smallest particle of an element or a compound that is capable of an independent existence and shows all the properties of that substance. And a third way to define molecule is what? Atoms of the same element or different elements can join together to form a molecule. Or a molecule is that has been formed by the atoms of the same element or different elements joined together. A fourth way you can define molecule in this way. Molecule is an electrically neutral group of two or more atoms chemically bonded together. So I told you the four definitions of a molecule. Any one of them you can learn, no problem. Molecules are of two types. Now, molecules can be formed by the combination of atoms of the same element. For example, oxygen plus oxygen, O2, hydrogen plus hydrogen, H2. So H2 is what? Molecule. H is what? Atom. O is what? Atom. And O plus O, O2, that is oxygen molecule. So O2 is what? Molecule. So what we will see here, that molecules may be formed by the combination of atoms of the same element or by the atoms of different element. For example, we have already seen molecule of water, H2O. So hydrogen and oxygen atoms have combined to form molecule of water. So first we will see here that there are two types of molecules, molecules of elements or molecules of compound, and in first case we will see molecules of elements. So how are the molecules of elements formed? Molecules of elements are formed by the same type of atoms. Molecules of many elements such as argon, helium, krypton, xenon, radon and so on, they exist as a single atom, and they don't form molecules, they exist as single atom, and so we call them as monoatomic. That means only one is there. So here what we will see here, that a molecule of oxygen consists of two atoms of oxygen. Hence it is known as diatomic. And here in the earlier one, what you saw, argon, helium, neon, krypton, xenon, radon, what we saw that they exist as single atoms, so they are called monoatomic. When three atoms of oxygen unite into a molecule, then they form ozone, and then we call it as triatomic. Triatomic. That means tri means three, atomic, made of three atoms, O3, ozone. Now here we are seeing another term, atomicity. What is atomicity? The number of atoms present in one molecule of an element. The number of atoms constituting a molecule is known as its atomicity. So noble gases, we saw just now, noble gases, helium, neon, argon, krypton, xenon, radon, they have one atom in each of their molecules, and so they are monoatomic, and their atomicity is 1. Their monoatomicity is 1. Now here we are given in this table argon, helium, oxygen. So here argon, helium, neon, krypton, xenon, radon, all they have only one atom in the molecule, because they don't form molecule, they exist as a single atom only, so they are monoatomic. Now see another one, oxygen, O2, hydrogen, H2, nitrogen, N2, chlorine, Cl2. So all these are diatomic. They are diatomic. H2, N2, O2, Cl2, Br2, I2. All these are having two atoms combined to form a molecule. So they are diatomic. Next you see, this is the example of non-metal we are seeing. Next we see O3. O3 is not written here in your table. O3, it is for combination of oxygen, 3 atoms of oxygen to form ozone. So it is what? Triatomic. Next we have phosphorus, P4. That means 4 atoms of phosphorus combine to form a molecule of phosphorus. So the atomicity is phosphorus is 4, and they are known as tetraatomic. They are said to be tetraatomic. Similarly, sulfur molecule is made by the combination of 8 atoms of sulfur. So S8 is the formula for the molecule of sulfur. So atomicity of sulfur is 8, and sulfur is said to be octaatomic, or we can say is as polyatomic. Poly means many. Octaatomic, octa means 8. Next we have the case of metal, sodium, Na, monoatomic, iron, Fe, monoatomic, aluminium, monoatomic, copper, monoatomic. So all this we saw the example of molecule of elements. Now our next part is molecule of compound. Molecule of compound. Don't see the page number of what is shown in the screen here, because this is e-book, online one book, net one, PDF one. So this page number will not match with your book. So your book may have different page number, 1 or 2 pages may be ahead. May tally, may not tally, I am not confirmed. Next we have molecules of compounds. So atoms of different elements joined together in definite proportion to form molecules of compound. They are telling us to see table 3.4, maybe on the top, table 3.4. Yes, here it is, table 3.4. Molecule of subcompounds. Water, it is formed by the combination of hydrogen and oxygen. Ammonia by the combination of nitrogen and hydrogen. Carbon dioxide by the combination of carbon and oxygen. So how do they combine? They combine in ratio by mass. Water is formed by the combination of hydrogen and oxygen in the ratio of 1:8. Ammonia by the combination of nitrogen and hydrogen in the ratio of 14:3. Carbon dioxide 3:8. Now we are told to do an activity 3.2. Refer to table 3.4 for the ratio by mass of atoms present in the molecule, and table 3.2 for atomic masses of the element. Find the ratio by number of atoms of the element in the molecule of compound given table 4. The ratio by number of atoms for water molecule can be found out this way. So they have told us how to find out with the help of the ratio. Ratio is given to us, no? In the above table it was given to us that water is found by the combination of hydrogen and oxygen in the ratio of 1:8. So we will write hydrogen and oxygen ratio by mass 1 and 8. Atomic mass of hydrogen is 1, atomic mass of oxygen is 16. So mass ratio by atomic ratio, mass ratio by atomic mass is 1/1, so is equal to 1. And of oxygen is 8/16. Ratio by mass by atomic mass, it will be 8/16. So 8 1s are 8, 2s are 16, 1/2. So when you find the ratio, simple ratio, so what we have in this, see I am telling you here, what we have, 1:2, 1/2. So to make it in simple number ratio, we have to multiply both of these by 2. So 1 into 2 is 2, and 1/2 into 2, 2 cancelled 1, so 2:1. Therefore water molecule is made up of hydrogen and oxygen in the ratio of 2:1, and there we have the formula H2O. In the later part of the chapter we will study, or in lower class 7 and 8 you have already studied, that water molecule formula is written by using the valency also. Here we have learnt how it is coming H2O, and there we have studied about the valency one, that the valency of oxygen is 2, it is coming at the bottom of the hydrogen, and hydrogen valency is 1, it is coming at the bottom of the oxygen. So H2O we are getting the formula, and here our scientists have explained us how it is by ratio by mass. So just in this page, earlier page we had studied that the atoms exist in the form of molecule exist in the form, atoms exist in the form of molecules or in the form of ions. So molecule definition we already saw. Now we will see what is an ion. So we know that compounds are composed of metals and non-metals, and they contain charged species. The charged species are known as ions. Or I can explain you in another way, that whenever an atom, since you are not knowing about electron, proton and all, that's why it is not given in your book here in this way, that when an atom loses or gain electron, that means if an atom will lose electron or an atom will gain electron, then it will become positively or negatively charged particles, and those positively and negatively charged particles are known as ions. So that way they have not given us the definition, they have given us in a simple way that the charged species are known as ions. So how they become charged? They become charged by losing or gaining electron. That since electron has been not taught to you all, electron, proton, no, you will study in chapter number 4 about these all. So you learn, for the timing you learn in this way only the definition, that the charged species are known as ions. An ion is a charged particle and can be negatively charged or positively charged. A negatively charged ion is called anion, and the positively charged ion is known as cation. For example, sodium chloride, it is made up of sodium and chlorine, NaCl. So its constituent particles are positively charged Na plus and neutrally charged particles Cl minus. Ions may consist of a single charged atom or a group of atoms. Now we will see the next page. A group of atoms carrying a charge is known as polyatomic ion. A group of atoms carrying a charge is known as polyatomic ion. In this table 3.5, some ionic compounds are given to us. Calcium oxide, constituting elements are calcium and oxygen. Ratio by mass is 5:2. 5:2. Magnesium sulfide, it is made up of magnesium and sulfur. The ratio is 3:4. Sodium chloride, it is made up of sodium and chlorine. The ratio is 23 is to 35.5. Writing a chemical formula. So before writing the chemical formula, let us see what a chemical formula is. What is the definition of a chemical formula? You have studied already in class 7-8. A chemical formula represents the composition of a molecule of a substance in terms of the symbols of the elements present in it. For example, if I tell NaCl, that means it is the chemical formula of sodium chloride. That means this NaCl is the formula of sodium chloride, and this tells us that sodium chloride is made up of sodium and chlorine, Na and Cl. NaCl, we will understand Na means sodium, Cl means chlorine. So a chemical formula tells us the or represents the composition of the molecule of the substance in terms of symbol. It is full name is not written here. Here symbol is written. So we call it as the chemical formula. So another definition has been given here. The chemical formula of a compound is the symbolic representation of its composition. They also mean to say in this way. I told you another definition in another way. The chemical formula of different compounds can be written easily. Understand and memorize this table. In this table it is given to us some common simple and polyatomic ions symbols are given. Whether they are cation or anion, that is also written there. If it is positively charged, it is a cation. If it is negatively charged, it is anion. See first one number, valency. Valency is 1. These elements have got valency 1. Now you will ask, what is valency? Class 7-8 you have studied. Valency is the combining capacity of an element. That means how many electrons are gained or how many electrons are lost by an atom of an element. That is called its valency. So name of ion, sodium, Na plus, potassium, K plus, silver, Ag plus, copper, Cu plus. See why a star mark has been given here? Because copper shows more than one valency, and therefore it has been written here star mark. Next we have magnesium, valency 2, magnesium, Mg2 plus, calcium Ca2 plus, zinc Zn2 plus, iron Fe2 plus, copper Cu2 plus. See, just now see. Up it is what is given, Cu plus. That means valency is 1. Here 2. Copper shows variable valency. Similarly, iron also shows variable valency 2 and 3. Copper shows 1 and 2. So iron you see here Fe2 plus. In the bottom one you see aluminium Al3 plus, iron Fe3 plus. So again it is showing valency 3. Why it is showing variable valency or how it is showing, about these all you will study in upper classes 11-12. Non-metallic elements. Now these all were cations, positively charged. Now come to the anions. Hydrogen H plus, hydride H minus, chloride Cl minus, bromide Br minus, iodide I minus. Now 2-1 you see anions with 2, oxide O2 minus, sulfide 2 minus. Now 3 valency 3, nitride N3 minus. Next we have polyatomic ion. Third column you see here polyatomic ions and the symbol. That means more than 2 atoms are there. Ammonium NH4 plus, hydroxide OH minus, nitrate NO3 minus, hydrogen carbonate HCO3 minus, carbonate CO3 2 minus, sulfide SO3 2 minus, sulfate SO4 2 minus, phosphate PO4 3 minus. If you are able to learn these symbols, the valency and the name of the ion, it will be very useful to you. If you are not able to learn, no problem, slowly, but you try to learn them till class 10. You have to learn these all. It will be very helpful to you in scoring good marks in chemistry, because you have to make use of these when you are studying science chemistry in future. Now we will start the next page of this chapter. Here we are given the rules that we have to follow while writing a chemical formula. Rule number 1, we can say the valency or the charges on the ion must balance. The second rule says when the compound consists of a metal and a non-metal, the name or the symbol of the metal is written first. For example, you can see here calcium oxide, CaO. Ca is written first. Ca, calcium, is a metal. Sodium chloride, NaCl, so Na is written first. Sodium is written first. Name of a metal. Iron sulfide, iron is written first. Copper oxide, Cu, is written first. Where oxygen, chlorine and sulfur are non-metals and they are written on the right hand side. First we write calcium, sodium, copper, iron and metals, that is on the left side. Third rule, in compounds formed with polyatomic ions, the ion is closed in a bracket before writing the number to indicate the ratio. For example, if we take the example of magnesium hydroxide, then we will write Mg, then bracket OH, bracket closed, outside we will write 2, as you can see here. In the same way, if it is a polyatomic ion, in case the number of polyatomic ion is 1, for example in NaOH, OH is only 1, then we do not give bracket, bracket is not required, we directly write NaOH. Now we will come to the next part, formula of simple compounds. We have learned the rules how to write. Now we will learn the method. Rules we have learned. Now we will try to write few formulas so that we can understand. The simplest compounds which are made up of two different elements are called binary compounds. The simplest compounds which are made up of two elements are called binary compounds. Now we will learn to write the formula. While writing the chemical formula of compounds, we write the constituent elements symbol and their valencies, and then we crisscross the valencies. For example, here you can see in example number 1 it is given formula of hydrogen chloride we are told to write. Then we will write the composition. Hydrogen chloride is made up of hydrogen and chlorine. So we are writing the symbol here H and symbol of chloride Cl. Then valency we are writing of hydrogen 1. Then we are writing the valency of chlorine 1, and then we are crisscrossing. That means hydrogen 1 valency is going to the chlorine 1 and chlorine 1 valency is going to the hydrogen 1. Thus this way since both valency is 1, so there is no change, it become H1Cl1, but we don't write that. We don't write that, and what we do, we write that HCl. That means 1 we are not writing. Come to the next number 2, we have to write the formula of hydrogen sulfide. So hydrogen symbol is H and then sulfide formula is S, symbol is S. Then valency of hydrogen is 1, of sulfur it is 2. So we will write 1 below hydrogen, 2 below sulfur, and then we will cross it. Then 2 will go to H and 1 will go to S. It will become H2S. Suppose we have to write the formula of water. Then in the same way we will write here water 1, H, hydrogen symbol, O, oxygen symbol. Valency of hydrogen is 1, valency of oxygen is 2. We will cross it. H2O. Next we will see formula of carbon tetrachloride. Carbon tetrachloride. Carbon symbol is C, chloride symbol is Cl. Valency of carbon is 4, of chlorine is 1. So we will write below carbon 4, below chlorine 1, and we will crisscross, it will become CCl4. The formula of ionic compounds are simply the whole number ratio of the positive to the negative ions, as shown, as we have seen 3 examples. But suppose we have of more than one valency. Of that case example we will take magnesium and chlorine. See, magnesium valency is 2, more than 1. The formula of ionic compounds are simply whole number ratio of the positive to the negative ions in the structure. For example, chloride, magnesium chloride, we write the symbol of cation Mg2 plus first, followed by the symbol of anion. Their charges are crisscrossed and the formula is obtained. Here you see the example of magnesium Mg2 plus, chloride Cl minus. And then the charges are crisscrossed and we are able to get MgCl2. If you are new on my channel, please subscribe my channel. Wish you all the best. Study nicely. Thank you.